What's up, my people? It's your boy Mike Guy here. Yeah, she, in my opinion, she did pop up out of nowhere. All right. No hate to her. You know what I mean? We're gonna see what this guy got to say, and I'll, say my little pieces and bits. You know, do that. But let's get straight to it, guys.
So it has been quite a long time since we last checked in on Bobbi Althoff. Around a
Okay.
year and a half ago, I actually declared her the biggest industry plant I had ever witnessed
A lot
in
of
the
people say
podcast
that.
scene.
Hi guys, welcome to the Really Good
A lot of people say
Podcast
that.
with
She
your
did
host
come out of
Bobby
nowhere.
Althoff.
Basically, this woman came out of nowhere and had some huge guests like Drake, Mark Cuban, and other celebrities on her show that she dubbed the Really Good
I
Podcast.
wonder
I think
how,
my mom
but
named me after a lawyer, which always kind of like rubbed me the wrong way.
Within a week of the Drake interview, Bobbi was being represented by one of the top talent agencies and getting mainstream publicity. For this
Okay.
reason, people began to call her an industry plant because the only content that she had made online before this
shoot, I
was
wish I was an
essentially a
industry
spoof
plant.
of mom and blogger
Shoot.
TikTok content, where she did garner millions of followers, mainly moms all around the country who liked her sarcastic brand of humor.
There's nothing more embarrassing than walking around with one of these.
Okay.
Everyone knows how it got there. They know what you did.
She claims that she parlayed this TikTok career into another career in podcasting after she offered her followers $300 if they could get a celebrity to come onto her podcast.
Her followers?
There's like a finder's fee, right? You said if you can get a celebrity, I will pay you $300.
Yeah.
She says that this offer led to the episode with Funny Marco, which would in turn lead to her being in bed with Drake. You can picture her to be like the slightly more successful Hawk Tuah girl. To me, their careers actually draw a lot of parallels to each
I really wonder, like, how does that even happen? Like, did she just randomly get recruited? That could be my only like, because it's like she had like a mom following before, so it's like, they just picked her out and was like, let's try and do. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't believe her followers actually went and got like that. Come on. So you're trying to tell me what they spammed his DMs to go have an interview? Like I just don't believe that. But let's keep going.
other, but one had to tell the world her methods for sucking dudes off before she got thrown into the belly of the industry matrix. You know, they both had that type of lightning in a bottle rise to fame that left onlookers saying, damn, this world.
But I wouldn't call the Hactua girl a industry plant because she genuinely got like popular off of saying, just like the Catch Me Outside girl. You feel me? It's that's I can't you can't put them two in the same category in my opinion. They came out in different ways. Bobby literally came out of literally nowhere. Like she had no other content but TikToks. So it's like that doesn't make sense. But like the Hatua girl, she blew up off of saying, just like the Catch Me Outside girl, but the Catch Me Outside girl maneuvered it a way better way compared to these two. So
is getting really f***ed up. But to be fair to Bobby, she does seem a lot more intelligent than Hawk Tuah.
True. True.
Say it aggressive.
True.
Like really.
I mean, I never seen
Whatever
anything
happened
of
to
that
chick,
girl.
by the way.
Anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
I guess she's still asleep. And with Bobby having such an astronomical rise to fame in such a short period of time, and the fact that most people felt like she was directly biting her entire deadpan comedic style from Funny Marco himself, she started to get a lot of ridicule online. I don't think it helped that she missed her son's birthday party to be there in bed with Drake that day.
I flew all the way here
You did. I really do appreciate
on my
that.
daughter's first birthday.
I wasn't gonna bring that up.
Ugh. Yeah. That's it's pretty bad, but money's money. I mean, I don't think. Let's be real. Let's be real. Anybody else in that scenario, you're taking that interview with Drake. I'm sorry. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity. It sounds
You
bad.
missed
It
your
sounds
daughter's
bad.
first birthday for
To
this.
be here.
It sounds bad.
Dark. Dark.
You know,
Regret that you'll never
but
be able to undo.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I
parenting.
know she
Something
celebrated the
people
kid's
thought was
birthday
a
after
joke
that
at
though.
first, as it was her brand to be dry and sarcastic, but now it's been revealed that she was being totally serious. The other thing was,
No
when
way.
she was doing these interviews,
No way.
she would constantly be making passes at these men, asking them if they would sleep with her or if she was their type.
Am I your type?
I'd do it.
Thank you.
Oh
You
my
do
gosh.
That looks like me.
Something that is not only strange to do as an interviewer, but also it got even more wild when people found out that she was still married. Strangely enough, the dude would actually file for divorce the very same month the Drake podcast came out, which
Yeah, you
led to
can't. I
quite a
mean,
bit of
it's Drake.
speculation online.
It's Drake.
I'd do it.
One
I like. She just maneuvered it completely wrong. I mean, everything was handed to her, and she kind of just like threw it all the way. It all got to her head. In reality, it just all got to her head. That's all I can say. I don't really think it all got to her head. I feel like that much amount of like motion that was going her way was just too much, and she just could not handle it. I wouldn't say handle it. It all got to her head. That's all it was. It all got to her head. You know what I mean? She like you're the shit now. This and third. I feel like it just all got to her head. That's all I can really say. That's all I can really say.
thing I will say is that she was way ahead of her time when it came to the Drake mistreatment, deleting their interview right after it started going viral, and hating at his concert. But after a while, the sarcastic, too cool to care bit really got old, and she even got put in her place by rapper Offset, who let her know that she wasn't all that.
You wanted to be on my podcast.
Why you keep saying that cap ass shit, man? I honestly didn't even want to do this shit. I don't
You see?
do interviews. You heard? You already told me you looked me up. I'm walking out on bullshit.
It got to her head. Like I said, it got to her head.
They're making me.
As a matter of fact, he took the hell out of her.
He said they're making me. Yeah.
You ain't got no.
Yeah, you see, throughout, I'm sorry for pausing. I'm sorry. But it's like the way everything went. You cannot tell me she wasn't like picked out. It's bad to say, but you can't tell me she wasn't picked out. She was picked out, my bro. Like she was picked out. Like, and I feel like she didn't know how to like maneuver the whole bit thing. I feel like when you're going into character, especially with these people, these famous people, let them know you're going into character. I promise you, she probably dead ass literally would like they would show up, know nothing about her, and then like didn't even have a conversation before the even interview started and was like just went into character and didn't even let him know. Like I feel like that's all it was. Like that's why they were so lost.
No seasoning,
especially in this interview. And I watched this
chicken just on the thing, you pull it off, and then you serve the dish. You need some motherfucking seasoning, man.
You can leave now.
This is my hotel. I paid for this motherfucker. You can leave now.
Oh my gosh, that was so bad. That was so bad.
She changed up her whole look, and she went on a show with Kiki Palmer, and right there she got accused of being an industry plant right to her face.
I know. You're not an industry plant, right?
I am, but
you do feel kind of planty. We do have the same manager, so is this?
I know. Is that crazy?
Feels a bit planty.
This is definitely planty.
You got here in 5 minutes. It took me 20 years.
Oh my gosh, that's bad. That is bad.
It's like
that is
somebody
bad.
that has been like that is tied to someone else in the industry and uses those connections to capitalize, and they like have zero talent.
I'm not on anything or
Oh my gosh,
any talents.
That's
And
bad.
then people started to say that she was trying to manufacture moments. She had Ryan Garcia chasing her around the room like they were on the playground.
Oh my gosh.
He would later tweet out that they had this intimate situation after that was recorded, and she continued with this reputation that she was kind of being bounced around the industry.
What in the world? Yeah. I mean, 100% a plan. If Kiki Palmer said in her face, yeah, the same manager. How do you have the same manager as Kiki Palmer? What? Yeah. You're most definitely planted. 100%. She got picked out. Shoot, I wish I was picked out. I would have maneuvered it better than this, honestly. Shoot.
People that delete their messages are cheaters. I'm not a liar or a cheater. I hate liars.
And I feel like relevancy-wise, she kind of just came and went, and honestly, Hawk Tuah kind of took her spot online.
I can't
Nowadays,
say
Bobbi's
that.
channel and TikTok are mainly inactive, and the last couple of podcasts only garnered a small percentage of what she was averaging only a year ago. And I actually put myself through absolute agony by watching over an hour of Bobbi being interviewed by Forbes and Wired Magazine.
Oh, no.
Bobbi Althoff, the deadpan podcast host America can't get enough of. Wow, a whopping 10K views. America just can't get enough. Obviously, obviously her publicist got her this opportunity, as a lot of
100%.
celebrities and online talent alike do this type of
100%.
thing, so they can still try and seem relevant to their sponsors and other people kind of pouring money into their careers.
100%.
And before we get into all the out of touch things she said during these interviews, she did learn a lot about Bobbi for the good and the bad. And after listening to her, her come up story actually doesn't sound that outrageous to me.
For a few years before, I was on TikTok just doing brand deals, posting.
But she is honestly just not very likable. Coming up, she claims that she was posting 5 to 10 TikToks per day for years, where she routinely raked in millions of views, followers, and hundreds of thousands of dollars per year.
Like I said, maneuvered it wrong. That's all it was, man. She didn't know how to handle it. Did it completely wrong. That's all it was. So that's really all it was.
And trying.
Now, using the Wayback Machine, I can see that her numbers do pretty much align with her story, but I do still think that after the Drake podcast, they really tried to make her this big thing, and it just kind of burnt out and then fell flat on its face for the same reason that industry plants in the music sector never stay hot, because the fans they garner are so incredibly generic and fickle that they would just move on to the next trend like nothing. And one thing I did find very interesting in these interviews was the insistence that she has always been driven by wanting to be famous.
I've always wanted to act and have some type of leg.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, she's on.
My family always says, but if anybody in our family,
I can't even defend her. I really can't.
Where I ended up, it would be me because I was the most driven towards that.
And even more by wanting to be rich.
How'd you become an influencer or creator?
Just wanting to make money.
She even says that the only reason she did podcasting and TikTok in the first place was because she saw how much money other people made doing it and got motivated.
Mentally decided that she made like at least $300 a year on her podcast alone, and I was like, that's what I need to do next. Like, I need a podcast.
And for someone who loves money so much, she seems incredibly lazy about her job. Multiple times she brags about the fact that she goes into her podcast doing little to zero research on her guest that day.
And what is your interviewing technique?
Just no research, show up, and ask questions.
There's absolutely there's no way.
I was like, oh god,
there's no way.
Let me just go in there and know nothing. It's so much work.
And keep in mind, she's doing this in the face of 2 career journalists who do not look very amused.
Like, yeah, I mean, that's crazy on its own. I mean, I personally, I can't even say that. For an example, if I was interviewing a Rod Wave, I mean, I know a decent amount just off his music. So I mean, I would ask genuine questions coming from my like heart and soul. You know what I mean? Just questions I would ask someone of his stature. I really feel like it's not that dang hard to do that. I have so many questions for so many celebrities just off the top of my dome, just out of like curiosity. So it's the fact that she did come off as like not giving it. There's no way. I'm sorry. 100%. She was a plant. 100%.
It's a notebook just for show because you kind of have it open. No, the paper on top of it.
This is just my method.
It's okay.
This is my method. I'm a journalist, so I have my method.
I was making around like 250 to 300 a year.
1,000.
Yeah.
From brand
deals on TikTok. Wow. And 250 is great and all, but it's hard to come up with content with just me every day.
$250,000 a year as an annual income is great and all.
Yeah,
it is great.
It is great.
Yeah, she's out here making $300,000 per year. Sound like a minimum wage job at Sonic, which I don't think is a winning strategy for gaining public favor. To me, above all else, it really just seems like there's really no passion in anything Bobbi does.
Yeah,
it's
bland, very
for
bland.
The money or the clout, which in some fields can definitely work, but not in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
I hope that I go from D-list to A-list. That's my goal in 10 years.
From D-list to A-list.
Yes.
She still insists over and over, though, that she would be fine going back to a job at Jersey Mike's.
At the end of the day, if I had to go back and work at Jersey Mike's again to support myself, I'll make your sandwich for you.
Yeah, I'm calling absolute bullshit. She wasn't even cool with 300,000. And during these interviews, both of the interviewers indirectly question her rise to fame and make allusions to the idea that someone in the background pulls a lot of strings for her.
What do you think is your appeal? Why do you think you became a thing?
She can't even answer that.
I'm not sure.
She can't even answer that. She can't even.
Why are you looking at me?
Because she knows.
Well, early on, I was like, is that a joke? Like, what is an industry plant? you guys,
Right.
and I would just play into it because I was like, there's no way people actually think that. But then I realized like, what people actually
People
think
actually, no, I did my reading, they actually think
they
that.
really do. And I think that it makes sense. Like from an outside looking in perspective, I can see why they would think that.
Basically, it seems like nobody's buying her story, and at one point she even cries over the hate that she receives online.
Sometimes it's just constructive criticism.
Like,
come on, come on, gang. I mean, come on, bro.
Other than that, when it comes to Bobbi, there were these pictures of men carrying her out of the club. Someone put together that she was allegedly dating this NFL player based on one of her posts, and then she got totally embarrassed when this dude did not want to claim her like that, denying the allegations.
He said, "That's not me."
After they caught his ass in 4K. I mean, truly, there's nothing much worse than when you think you were in a full-blown relationship with someone, and it turns out they were hiding your ass the whole time or really don't want anything to do with you like that publicly. And so now she's been on TikTok crying.
Just like hard to imagine finding someone who is truly good for you. It's hard to imagine there's like someone who's actually meant for you.
I mean, talk about a turn of events. She was online talking about it's time for her hoe phase.
So what you doing for these 2 years? You gonna be a hoe?
I have to do a hoe. Yeah.
All right.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think I'm
will.
about that.
Oh no, you said you married young and you have your 2 kids already and you're divorced. Isn't that what divorced people do after that?
Just sleep around and have fun.
And now she's recording herself tearing up on camera.
And I got lonely. Met a guy around Thanksgiving.
All right. Yeah.
And I think things moved really fast. I don't know. I thought it was fucking fate. Clearly it wasn't. It was really sweet.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it short to that. It's a lot of chatting. It's a lot of chatting. But it's yeah. To end this, 100% a plant. I'm sorry. It's just no. She can't. You can't. If you can't answer how you even made it or what video even made you famous or what, you know what I mean? It's like something makes you famous. I feel like something makes you famous. So it's like you can't really just pop up, and that's why that Hawk to a Girl and that Catch Me Outside girl, they're in the same boat. Like you can't have like, but you know the Hawk to a Girl, she messed it up on her own. Like you know what I mean? Whatever. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Yeah.